initiatives. So obviously there have been some green initiatives that we wanted to talk to you about, but obviously energy efficiency is a very important issue for climate change, and that's why we are delighted to have, I think you come from Mexico originally, but you're here, it's Catalonia, Cynthia ECHAVET, and you're going to tell us about the Ecosystemic Transition Unit, or ETUs, and how they can participate in the effort of climate change adaptation in the Mediterranean.
Yes, thank you. Yes, as well, to thank the panel and the order. In our occasion, I think that it's worth it to explain to you a little bit how we address the horizontal decapitalization activities from the renewable energy community. So in our case, it's the community is gathering 6 modular projects. So they all are related to promote energy, renewable energies in some different ways. So what we identify is that right now at the European level, we have a very strong legislation in terms of different packages, strategies that are boosting the energy transition. And now we have they give it the floor to national level, so now we are having advances on the national plans for energy and climate. So what we identified is that there's a clear gap of integrating energy as well with territories, because this is the way that we can finally implement and arrive into those local or regional levels. So in that sense, what we focus on was also how these different projects contribute to at least 4 pillars. It was land use planning, obviously climate change, energy transition, but also disruptive business models, for example, that are very related as well with green economy and circular economy. So let me show you a short video, and then I will explain you a little bit more about the IT.
Well, the world is facing a lot of changes, and they are becoming global. We are now in the time when climate is changing, obviously.
We have about 12 years' time in order to change our energy system. We will need to work horizontally.
Since now, the use of our territories has been done with a very unresponsible way. So we need to really bring out strategies that have more an ecosystemic approach. Society, that it's interesting and it's needed to have this collaboration, not competition, but collaborative working groups.
I dream of a green community. If we work together, the Mediterranean could be the pilot project for whole Europe.
It's not too late. If we start soon enough, it's an opportunity.
Okay, so I will explain to you, because it's actually the way that now we are focusing for the next stage of the project. It's to boost this ETU initiative, because we believe that we need to help territories to find out governance models, and that's in the framework of a European project. We find out that in 32 months we can be able to help them to identify these four components that we understand are the key aspects in order to have this multi-level governance from the local level, and also to help them to link it as a transnational initiative. So for us, there are like four main values or principles that we want to get further. It's first of all, the ETU initiative, what it wants is to promote a territorial equity, and this is the sense of having an equity balance between the rural areas and the urban areas. We need necessary collaboration between them, but in a smarter way that we have done until now. Social innovation. Why? Because for encourage fair energy transition, we need to highlight the value of the local level, but also from the people and the empowerment from citizens that we need. Just to say that Europe is facing around 130 million people in risk of poverty, and most of these people are allocated in rural areas. So this is really relevant to have, because if we are talking about a fair energy transition, we have to deal with how can they afford the transition. For that sense, we also agree with the green economy. So renewable energy should load and should be plugged for a green economy. And finally, to have the commitment and cooperation. So if you also want to have more information about the ETU, you can address as well from Renewable Energy project from the ECHAVET website.
Thank you. Gracias a usted, Cynthia ECHAVET.